Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Happy full moon in Aries. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat because I'm having technical issues. The lighting, depending on how I move, changes on this video. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe someone's trying to get my attention, who knows? But that's what we're dealing with this evening, okay? Um, I wanted to just let you know what I'm going to do with tonight's reading is I'm going to basically copy the reading that I did last time, or the essence of the reading that I did last time and that I have done a couple of times, where I use the Earth Magic Oracle card deck to use a system where I say the energy going out, the energy coming in, and what sort of advice does Spirit have for us going forward or for the month ahead or till new moon. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'll also use the Spirit Oracle, which I always use to give us a little bit of guidance afterwards. Kuan Yin usually pops up and decides she needs to say something. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to talk a little about the full moon in Aries. So the energy tonight is very fiery. Aries is a fire sign. The energy around it is very fiery. That is passionate, ambitious kind of Aries energy. All right, so this is something where if you want to do a full moon ritual tonight, fire is key and very important and very useful to you. And also, this is about your ambition. This is about you being optimistic, driven, self confident, and sort of embodying all the elements of what Aries is all about. Okay, Aries is the god of war. He fights for what he wants. He's really self confident. Aries people generally do very well working on their own, but also able to lead groups. So, if you are doing anything like this or thinking about doing something like this is also why I'm doing the energy work tonight for people stepping into their power and being the best version of themselves and taking that leap, giving them the courage to do that, because that is the kind of energy we have tonight. So, if there's anything that you've been wanting to do or try or say to somebody, or a proposal that you'd like to put forward for work, whatever it is, go for it now. Okay, embody that energy, take advantage of it, and be ambitious, be courageous, be all of these things that Aries is. They are daring, they outspoken, they confident. A lot of them, when they walk into a room, people they know an Aries has walked into a room. They pretty confident people, and they know what they want, and they're not afraid to ask, and they're very much about communication. If you know Aries, you know that if you send them a message, a WhatsApp, a text, whatever, and they reply, they're sitting there waiting for your reply. I don't think you're going to reply in 10 minutes or an hour or a day later, because they'll be on you saying, I spoke to you, I sent you a message, where's my reply? They're very much about communication. They want things now, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And this is the kind of energy that you need to sort of embody right now, that's going to work to your advantage. Okay, that's the energy we have now. It's full moon, it couldn't be stronger. Okay, so take advantage of that. Take that leap of faith, or take that action that you haven't been taking. Okay, so without further ado, I think there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Yes, the energy work that I'm doing tonight. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I am considering doing it every full moon, every new moon, but with different themes. I've had a lot of positive response with me doing free energy work for people who are unemployed. Please take note, the free energy work is only for people who are unemployed, looking for a job, who do not have a job, people who are battling to feed their families. Those are the kind of people that I'm looking for. Not someone who's ready in corporate and would like a better job. I'm not doing that. I will happily help you, but that will be at a cost. For people who cannot afford to pay me, who cannot afford to feed their families, I am offering free energy work, and I think I'm going to try and do this once a month. Okay, it's going to be offered through Instagram, Reddit, and Facebook, and I will advertise when it is, and obviously it will be limited every month to who I can actually help. I know there are thousands of people out there who are unemployed and looking for help, but please, please, please. Also, if you want to, let me know about somebody or something to that effect, by all means, I'm there to help people who are really down and out, who don't know where their next meal is going to come from, who can't feed their children. Okay, this is not a freebie for people who are already employed. Please understand that nicely. That's not what I'm here for. If you're already employed, you want me to help you get a better job, you know, increase your salary, by all means, I do that kind of energy work. I do energy work for you to get the right house at the right price in the right place. I do a lot of different energy workings. Those are paid energy workings. These I'm doing for free because literally those people can't afford to pay anything right now, and I want to try and do what I can. I've done it a few times now through Reddit and through Instagram, and it's been really good, and I've got so many people asking me, Shereen, please do it again. So I'm going to try and make it a monthly occurrence, and then I'm also going to do the full moon energy working, which will be at a reduced rate of $10 per person. I'll do that every month, and I'll take a limited amount of people, and I'll decide what the theme is that is appropriate to what this new moon, what that full moon is, okay? I'll see as I go along and what people ask for and that kind of thing, and if there's enough demand, then I will definitely make a plan to try and accommodate. All right, so twice a month, one will be free for people who are unemployed, and one will be $10 per person for a working of my choice. So if you feel if that is appropriate or something that you need in your life right now, then by all means. Okay, and that will always be a link that's available in my Etsy shop for the $10 per person, that I can keep track of who has booked, who hasn't booked, and who wants those services. All right. Okay, so let's get going with the new moon in Aries, which is all about being idealistic, headstrong, capable. There's another word I wanted to use, ambitious. I think I've used all of those. But okay, so let's get going. I'm going to use Earth Magic Oracle first, and I'm going to ask, what is the energy that's leaving us now? What is the energy going out at the moment? All right. As you have noticed, I have shuffled, so I'm going to just ask for the cards now, please. And I'm not going to take anything that pops out that is more than one card. So, what is the energy leaving us or going out at the moment, please? Ooh. Okay, that's because I didn't tell you what the first one was. And it was grounding. Tree. Pretty sure we had this. I've covered my notes with the lids of the boxes that I opened. Let me have a look. Okay, I thought we had that one. Okay, what else is going out, please? Energy going out right now. It is so hot here in Johannesburg tonight. I'm dying. So if I get a little bit shiny, please forgive me. Energy going out right now, please. By the time you guys watch this, I would have done my draw as well for the competition that I did. This is Nurturing Gaia. Trying to get the glare off. We did have this before when it was about self-care and looking after the earth and the people and animals around you. What I was saying was I had a draw tonight as well that I'm going to do. You would have seen this video possibly by the time I've done the draw, and that is for a free reading. I'm going to do that, I think, at least once a month as well, where you can enter on Instagram and Facebook. I may do it on Reddit as well, and all you need to do is like the post, tag 2 friends, and you entered to win a full tarot card reading of 7 cards or more, and that can be on your career, on relationship, or a general reading. So that would be, for instance, something you have particularly in your mind that is not relationship or career orientated, that I can perhaps assist with, or general guidance from Spirit for whatever is most important for you at that time. Okay, so I'm going to try and do that every month as well. And that draw would have taken place, I think, by the time you guys see this video. It will be done live on Instagram every month. Okay, so you know I'm not cheating, and I'm actually going to get my daughter to do the draw this evening. What else is going out, please? Is this all? I doubt it. Could be. They feel like they're getting a bit sticky here. What energy is going out at the moment, please? We had this one last time. It is only one card, so I'm going to take it. Remember, we spoke about the rainbows extensively, and we got the other rainbow card. This was about the blessings that we were receiving. So don't panic because you think blessings are leaving. It's not the case. It's just what's moving past, what's moving through. Okay, it's not as if the blessings are leaving you forever. Please don't take it in that way. All right. What else is moving out, please? New beginnings. Okay, so this is what this is saying to me is that the energy of everything beginning, you know, like beginning or in being in its beginning stages is sort of leaving us now, and we're really getting into this new energy of the blessings and the stuff that's coming into our lives. I think the initiation or the initial stages that we were looking for and we were waiting for, you know, I kept saying to you, new beginnings are coming, new dawn is coming. All of that was just like we were sitting on the edge all the time. I actually feel as if we've passed this stage now. The blessings, the initiation of the blessings and the new beginnings and stuff, we've moved past the stage. So in other words, you know, like if you were running a race and you were waiting for the gun to go off, the gun's gone off and we're running the race now. We're actually in the swing of things fully now. We're not just in the beginning stages. So I think it's already started now. If some of you have seen abundance coming into your lives, new jobs, more money, whatever the case is, whatever your abundance is that you asked for, whatever you were trying to manifest, I think this is sort of starting to pick up now, and we're seeing this and we're getting onto a roll, and it's like, can you feel the momentum building? Because now we're in it. We're not waiting for it. It's actually happening now. Okay. Synergy. The green man. We've definitely had this before as well. Okay, so I want to talk about this a little bit. So this grounding, nurturing, this was the self-care, trying to keep yourself grounded, ground your emotions, your relationships, the situations in your life. We were working on this all the time, and I kept saying to you guys, you need self-care, self-care, self-love. Ground yourself. We've spoken about this plenty. We've spoken about synergy and knowing that we are part of the greater scheme of things, you know, part of the universe, part of the cosmos. We need to become synergistic with ourselves. We need to notice synergistic events or, you know, synchronistic numbers, all of that kind of thing. This is what it's been about. And now this is sort of moving out. So I think to a large extent, the collective has realized these things. They're working on manifestation. They're working on the law of attraction, if that's what you're into. I believe in it to a certain extent, and with certain teachings, I'm more, you know, a little bit. I've got a bit of a different idea of it, but generally, I think law of the attraction does work to a large extent, and I think this is all the stuff that we've been learning. And I think it's saying to you now, we are fully in the middle of it now, or reaching the middle of it now, or reaching that culmination of all the things that we've been working on and we've been focused on that we need to bring into our lives. So this is really great. Synergy, you know, just feeling that we're more balanced, heart, mind, body, all of that kind of thing. The grounding, feeling a bit more grounded. Maybe you also, some of you really had some difficult times in your lives where you felt like you were losing it or you were lost yourselves. and you're feeling a little bit more grounded now with the things that are coming in. Okay, so the blessings have come and new beginnings. We're past this new beginning stage now, and now we're living it. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Okay, is there a last card for what's leaving us or what's going out at the moment or moving through, please? I'm going to do 2 more shuffles. If nothing comes up, then we're done with it. Okay. Kind of feel like that's it. They could always prove me wrong. Okay, this one we definitely had last time. Focus. Alright, so I'm feeling a sense of relief here. I'm feeling a sense of relief where I've said to you guys, you have to work on grounding, you have to work on focusing, you have to focus your intent, you have to do self-love, self-care, you know, compassion, da 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 da. I've been repeating myself over and over and over, and I feel as if you guys have put in the work, and this is to say well done, because now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. So I no longer have to say focus, 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 guys. You know, nurture yourself, grounding, synergy. I'm so sick of saying it. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. Not really sick of saying it, but I'm sure some of you are like, oh, Shereen's going to say focus again. She's going to talk about law of attraction. The work's been done. This is saying you've put in the work and things are working. Now things are working. Now things are coming into being. You have focused. This is saying well done on focusing and using these energies and trying to get yourself to a better place. It may not be perfect. It may be far from perfect. Our whole journey is to, you know, try and get there. And we learn and make mistakes 100,000 times. Everybody does. Nobody's perfect. But we learn to focus a little bit more every time. We learn to notice the signs a little bit more every time. We learn to love ourselves through the process a little bit more every time. And this is what it's about. Okay. Alright, one more shuffle. Is that the last one for energies leaving, please? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to give it a bit of a shuffle, and I'm going to ask for what's coming in now. What are the energies coming in with this full moon in Aries? Won't be surprised if we get a bit of fire. Okay, what energies are coming in right now, please? Energies coming in with a full moon in Aries. This one we definitely had last time. Dream time, creation. Okay. All of this work you've done to create something is now manifesting. Now, this is where it's being created, where your creations are coming into being. All the things you had in your imagination, you know, we say use visualization. That's something I'm big on. Visualization really works. It helps me with my healing. It's if you can visualize yourself being there and you can get an emotion that matches it, that's when manifestation occurs. And this is what this is about. This is creation, and it's through your dreams as well. And your dreams coming true. Maybe you guys have worked on something that really is a lifelong dream, and this is what's coming into your reality. What else is coming in with the full moon now in Aries, please? Instinct. This is your intuition. This is follow your instincts. Like I always say, if it feels good, it's good. If it feels bad, it's bad. If you feel you need to do something, you need to action something, you need to go somewhere, you need to propose something, start a project, please do it. Follow your instincts. Also, if you need to leave something, leave a relationship, leave a situation, leave a job, trust yourself. Follow your instincts. Okay. What else is coming in, please? This is forest, this is breath, and I want to say the word relief when I see this. Okay, we've had this before as well, and I've talked about breath work and when you're feeling anxious or you feel like your breathing is too shallow, to make sure that you breathe deeply, in gratitude. You're grateful for the air that you breathe, and that sounds really cheesy, but it's something that we really need to exercise gratitude for. And for me, this is about relief. This is like literally noticing, hey, I'm not so anxious anymore. Hey, I can breathe more deeply. The minute some of our burdens are lifted, like we're out of that really oppressive situation, we're out of that oppressive relationship, that oppressive job, that oppressive, like I say, scenario or certain circumstances in our lives, we literally take a sigh of relief. And I feel like this is what this is about. This is about going, it actually worked. All the things I've been working on, all the seeds I've been planting, I'm starting to see the fruit. I'm starting to see this come in. And this is about a breath of relief. This is what I feel this card is all about. And this is going to open the heart chakra for some people. They're going to just be, instead of like so clamped up and tense all the time, they're really going to relax and relax into themselves and relax into their blessings. And they're going to start giving gratitude. And this heart energy center is just going to open up. Okay, I'd love to know if you guys experience this or if it resonates with you. Please comment if it does. It's lovely for me to just be able to see if there are positive changes happening. And I'm not scared of seeing the negative either. Please let me know what's going on. It helps me to know how accurately I'm sort of reading for the collective. Okay, so what else is coming in with our full moon tonight, please? Definitely had this last week, 2 weeks ago. The ancestors. Okay, and we talked about them being around, maybe bringing messages in for us, that they taught us certain things. So we were talking about, old healing modalities that our ancestors gave us, natural remedies, maybe things that were passed on in DNA. And also, I want to say that this is still the clearing of the ancestral, what we call ancestral karma, whether you believe in karma or not. But the mindset that certain things affect us because of our ancestors. Oh, you're fat because everyone in our family is fat. It's just one of those things. Nonsense. Okay. Oh, well, everyone in our family gets cancer. You're going to get cancer. Don't allow people to speak that into your head. It's up to you to break these kind of things. I had a client this week as well. It was vitally important for her to realize that certain things that were happening because of like a soul memory and an ancestral karma. And some people call it a family curse even, okay? Your family's not cursed. There was just nobody who realized that they could break the habitual pattern and the power of suggestion that was passed around inadvertently by family members. It's all of that kind of thing, and you can break it. Okay? You can break those patterns. You can decide, not me, not this time, not happening to my kids. I'm going to clear this energy and not make this my reality. And going forward, this will no longer be a problem for us. Okay, so anything negative that you've accepted as a habitual family problem, or, it could be a number of things, and it doesn't have to just be family stuff, but just belief systems that have been passed on to you about anything, politics, life, yourself. Oh, you'll never get ahead because you're not as good at maths as your brother is. Don't listen to things like that. Don't allow people to use the power of suggestion to make you think less of yourself. It doesn't matter if it's family. Okay, and family didn't always lead us along the wrong path. You may think, oh, well, my family, I was brought up in this religion and I really hate it and I don't know why they oppressed me like this and why they lied to me about things. Bear in mind as well that your parents and your grandparents were brought up in a specific way in a specific time, and they are just imparting what their parents imparted on them as well, or to them. So they told you things and taught you things with your best interest at heart and not knowing that perhaps that information wasn't 100% correct. Okay? So you may have done it with your own children. Say, hey, I've grown, I've evolved, and I don't believe what I used to believe, but now I've taught that to my kids. That's okay. Teach them to think for themselves. Teach them to know that it's okay to change their minds. It's okay to change what they believe based on what comes into their lives. It's okay to have discernment when someone tells you something and not to have blind faith with certain things. Okay, it's time that we change that and we think for ourselves and we do what's best for us and we allow children to do the same. It's difficult. Having a child is like having a little person, having your heart living outside of your body, running around. It's not easy. I get that. But this is what we're talking about here, okay? And you may be that child. You may not have children, but you may be that child. Okay, what other energy is coming in with the full moon, please? This is one that was definitely going out 2 weeks ago. I just want to check here. Going out was rain, desert, new moon, which was promise. Yes, this one. And the lotus flower and clouds. And coming in was ancestors, which we've just had, autumnal equinox, volcano, lightning, summer solstice, and dance. Okay, so this was going out and now it's coming back in. This is quite interesting. I feel like we're going through stages and waves here. I don't know if you guys pick it up, but I pick it up in my own life. Is that, obviously I always talk about ebb and flow as well and the different patterns and stages that we go through, but this is like little blessings that are coming in waves. This week I'll make, a lot more money than I did last week. The next week I will feel better health-wise than I do, or I'll come across some very interesting health articles that help me and say, oh yes, this can help me break this pattern where I think that everyone in my family's got diabetes or whatever the case is. These little pockets of information and things that can help. And maybe even waves. I mean, it very clearly shows that it's potentially about relationships as well. Maybe, in stages like with the Twin Flame Collective as well. The Twin Flames are coming together in waves all the time, that people are getting back into contact with people from their past. They have to decide whether to close a chapter or to actually give it one more go. So I feel as if this went out and it's coming back in now. And we're going through certain cycles with the generational stuff, with the relationship stuff. For some of you, I feel as if as well that you may have broken up, gotten back together, and now you realize you have to call it quits. Okay, or maybe you got back together, broke up, and you've decided, hey, this is my person, I'm going to fix this. Something's going on with this, and if it's new moon in this position, I would say maybe by the time new moon comes, which is in approximately 2 weeks' time, maybe something would have happened. Okay. Are there any other last cards for energy coming in, please? Energy coming in with the full moon. I feel like this one needs to be there. Volcano, volatility. Okay, we've had that previously as well. This is also fiery energy, hey? Volcano, volatility. This is, Aries can be like this sometimes. Sometimes we need to do that to break old habits and patterns or to stand up for ourselves even. It's not always a bad thing. Also, look at the fact that this is a couple. Can you see that right in the top? It's a man and a woman in the smoke there. So this is about intense, I would say even sexual relationships in certain circumstances, people coming together with a very fiery energy. It can also be volatility in family life, with married couples and families, or dealing with things with brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, aunts and uncles, that there's a little bit of unrest. There's definitely a bit of volatility around at the moment in general, and this is to shake things up. Sometimes we need to have arguments, we need to have fights. Maybe you've put up with something for too long, or someone's put up with something for too long that you've been doing, and you've been unfair for too long, and this person just says, you know what, enough. And they are setting healthy boundaries for them where you've overstepped. This happens. Okay, so sometimes volatility is very necessary and sometimes it's very healthy. Sometimes, even in families, we keep things bottled up and keep them bottled up, and eventually they need to explode. This can happen in any relationship, work, home life, wherever it's applicable to you. But don't be surprised if this comes up, especially this week. There's going to be little spats all over the place, but it's to clear the energy, clear the energy. I say to my clients often, you have to take this bottle with the sediment at the bottom, you've got to shake it up and let it settle again in a different way so that things can be different. But sometimes you really do need to shake it up. Okay, so it's a good thing that comes up. Sometimes we also have to admit that we are the person causing the nonsense, take some ownership for our actions where we've upset somebody to the point where they explode with us, where we know we've been pushing and pushing, or just taking a bit too much advantage, and you knew the day was coming when they have had enough. Okay, fairies, earth magic. I feel as if this is to encourage you guys to connect more with the earth, like we're always getting the Gaia card and the synergy, same thing. However, I'm talking about being a bit more mindful with whatever you do. If you're going out camping, being mindful about cleaning yourself and your area up when you're done. If you guys are into crystal therapy or anything, to focus on this right now, because it will help you to deal with certain energies. To drink herbal teas or put flowers in your house, connect with the earth energy. And I was encouraged by my Reiki practitioner this week to drink hibiscus flowers, which I didn't even know or think of drinking. And I'm usually quite into my herbs and natural remedies and stuff. So when I see this flower, that's what this sort of makes me think of. But, this is to preserve the essence of Mother Nature. Be mindful when you drink your water, and just realize, this is nourishing me. I'm grateful for this. Thank you. Be mindful when you eat your food, and be grateful for it. Be mindful of what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? And think of these little essences or these little archetypes that represent all of those things, and be mindful of them. And just doing that can cause magical things in your life. Eating better can make you feel like a completely new person. Go outside, and when you breathe more deeply, like with the breath card. Go outside and really breathe the air, and instead of rushing to the car and just seeing the traffic, when you're stuck in the traffic, look around and see if you can see some trees. Can you see birds? Expand your horizons. Don't live in this box, and see what magic that can bring into your life and how different it can make you feel. That's what this is about. Be mindful. Be mindful of what's going on around you. Is there a last card for energies coming in, please? Yes. Celebration. Okay. The time for worrying, complaining that, what I'm asking for is not coming. Is it ever going to happen for me? I hear people start sentences with, when they speak to someone else, you know what your problem is? Or they start with a sentence that, I've got a problem. And when you listen to what they say, you think, oh, that's not really a problem. I know some people got some problems, that have got real problems. And I hear people just complaining all day long about things they really shouldn't be complaining about. They're complaining about how blessed they are. My burger didn't arrive on time. It's just crazy. The stuff that people complain about. My parcel with my new video game didn't arrive. Oh, I hate my life. Maybe I must just end it all. This is the kind of stuff that I hear from people. We need to move to a place of celebrating, being grateful in the moment for everything that we have. And the minute you exercise gratitude, you will see how much more comes to you. You know, there's always an exchange of energy. What you give out comes back to you. And if you give out gratitude and happiness and positive energy, you'll be amazed at what comes back. Abundance comes back. Okay. Wow, lots of energy coming in, cards. Is there anything else coming in now, please, that I need to talk about? Celebration, you know, it is coming in. So it's saying to us that there will be things to celebrate this week. If you've just heard what I've said and you think, oh, Shereen's so full of it, you know, I haven't worked in weeks or whatever the case is, please just take it as this is energy coming in. And remember, if you're not putting out positive energy yourself, don't expect to get it back. It's as simple as that. Don't even expect to get it back. Don't say, oh, well, nothing happens for me and I've been positive all this time and nothing's happened. Excuse me, did you just hear yourself? I'm a good, kind person. I don't know why nothing nice ever happens to me. Forget the front of that sentence and look at the back of it. I wonder why nothing ever happens that's positive for me. You're making that your reality. You need to watch your words. You need to watch how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, and what you speak about. Okay, watch what you're putting into your brain. Watch what you're reading in magazines and watching in newspapers and stuff. Are you depressing yourself? And then are you taking it out on other people? Because all you see is murder and, you know, all these horrible things happening in life, but you actually seek that. You buy the paper and you look for the juiciest article, which is going to be the most violent and depressing. And then what do you project? Because what are you taking in? It's just like with your body. What you eat is what's going to come out. What energy is going to be produced for you. How are you going to feel? So why is information any different? Why are your words any different? If someone speaks badly to you all the time, you're going to get a bad demeanor because you feel terrible. If they speak well to you, it's going to build a healthy human being. It's not rocket science. It's something we all know and we're just in denial about. So if you're going to say, oh, it never happens for me, my life sucks, maybe I should end it all. Well, guess what? You are attracting that and you've got no one to blame. Taking ownership is a big thing, people. Taking ownership for what we say, what we do, how we speak to ourselves and others is imperative. Don't shirk the responsibility. Don't try and blame somebody else because you're not fooling anybody. Okay. What you speak is what you become. What you do is what you become. Okay, I feel as if all of those are done. Okay, yes. Alright, so now we're going to ask what advice do they have for us? As if I haven't given some advice already. But what specifically do we need to take note of, be aware of, or do we need advice for right now, please? Full moon in Aries, what's the best advice you can give us right now, please? What do we need to know? Activation, wind. Can you guys see well enough? This is up to you. You cannot sit, like I was saying now, I'm sorry that I'm going into this vibe, but this is what I meant to say to you guys. You cannot sit and say, oh, well, I haven't worked in months, I don't have a job, when you haven't actually applied for any jobs. You need to co-create with the universe. You need to put in some effort as well. You need to also take action. You need to activate things. You can't lie on the couch and say, well, no one's offered me a job, or, you know, I haven't got a car. Have you actually tried to get one? What are you doing to co-create with the universe? Just like when I do the energy work for people looking for jobs, I can't get you a job if you're not applying for jobs. Seriously, and I have people saying this. I'll say, well, have you applied for any jobs? No. You know, there's a story that it's like a bit of a joke that goes around, and the guy who prays and prays to God and says, please, you know, let me win the lotto. And this is a moral story. It's not about whether you believe in God or what your religious persuasion is or not. But he keeps asking and keeps asking. He says, oh, you know, you don't care because I haven't won the lotto. I keep asking to win the lotto and I haven't won. And God turns around and says, well, my son, have you bought a ticket? And he hadn't bought a ticket. So this is exactly the same kind of concept. You need to not only pray for things, but you need to take even the tiniest step. If you can only do what you are capable of doing financially, energetically, whatever, but you take a focused and intentional step to what you're trying to manifest, the universe will co-create with you. Okay, but you need to activate, you need to get the ball rolling. The universe will roll the ball the rest of the way for you and help you along, but you have to initiate. If you've been sitting doing nothing and said, oh, well, you know, Shereen talks about all these changes, universal shifts, and nothing's happening for me. Well, are you telling the universe what you would like to happen for you? Because if you're not, it's not going to happen. Okay. I also want to say that this is saying that there is a large amount of activation happening now energetically as well. So you need to jump on that bandwagon. You need to realize it's happening and take advantage of it and jump into that river that's flowing. Because it's flowing past you, you just need to jump into the stream. You know, like in Finding Nemo, where the turtles catch the East Australian current? You've got to jump into the current. Okay, what other advice for us, please? What do we need to know now? I'm feeling as if I'm almost done with these cards and I should be using something else. Okay, last one. Are we done with these? Must not swap. No? I just have to be patient. Okay, this is what we talked about earlier with the ancestors and the karma. This is very important, people. This wouldn't have come up twice for me anyway. Even look how similar they are. You need to sort this out. If there's something in your life that you know that you can change, that's been a problem for you throughout your life or your family's life or something, you have got the tools to change it. Okay. Very, very important. You can change your karma or what you think is your family karma, even if you don't believe in karma. You know, if you think there's something that you can change, the way that your whole family thinks, a lack mentality they've been in. We've always been poor. Rich people get rich and poor people get poorer. Take the power back. Change that. You have the ability to do that just with your mindset. Okay? What else do we need to know, please? Okay, I think I'm done with these. Am I done with these? Yes. Alright, so let's ask mermaids and dolphins. I have shuffled this a good couple of times, but we'll quickly do it again. Can we have some advice, please, on what we should be doing now? What do we need to know? I'm going to take 3 cards from here unless something else happens. I feel like these need to be read, even though it's 2. Okay, helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. This may only speak to a few of you. I feel like I'm going to have to pick quite a few cards actually with different messages. Initiate contact with someone who can help you with what you need to achieve. And this one is treasure chest. This is lovely. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you. Okay, and I think this has got to do with the new moon card as well. This promise, where I said waves of prosperity come in different shapes and forms. An unforeseen windfall. That's awesome. We could all do with an unforeseen windfall at any given time. Okay, what else? What other messages do you have for us, please? Rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. That applies to me, and I know it applies to a good couple of people that I know. Take some time out, okay? Some R&R whenever you can, even if it's an afternoon nap or just getting away, going for a walk for 10 minutes makes a big difference. Okay, what else we got? I feel as if these are messages that are coming through sort of individually for smaller pockets or groups of people. What else do our people need to know, please? You know, I want to just say as well, for those of you, and I feel a large number of you have this treasure of some kind of windfall or something happening, for whoever this is applicable to, you're going to need rest now. Because once this kicks in, things are going to have to happen. Whether it's money coming in, you've got to sort things out. Whether it's a new business that's starting off, a new product in your business, whatever it is, you're going to need your energy. New relationship, whatever. New partnership. Have the rest now, because you're going to have to put in the work. Especially if you are activating and initiating. Get this rest. Don't be sorry when you can't have it, or you burn out completely and you're incapable of doing what is required of you by another party, maybe even. And they're like, oh, you know what, he didn't have what it takes. Look how fast he burnt out, he can't cope with this. Did we make the right decision? Don't ever put yourself in that position, okay? Rest is not a sin, it's necessary. It's a part of your everyday life. I'm going to take these. Consult an expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. This helpful person. There's someone who's got expertise in the area that you need or can give you guidance. Find that person and get that guidance. Contemplation time. Spend time alone, meditating upon what you desire. This can also be this rest time, you know. But if you need answers, you can always find them coming from within. You already know the answers. Just sit quietly and they'll come to you. Find a quiet place to sit and contemplate and clear your head, clear your thoughts. If you don't, listen very carefully, please, because I don't want to be held responsible for anyone who's having high blood pressure attacks. If you do not suffer from high blood pressure, please try and drink some rosemary tea. It must be the proper rosemary. It's called Rosmarinus officinalis. This clears your thoughts. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like your head is just stuffed with cotton wool and you're not coping, drink some rosemary tea or sniff some rosemary essential oils, or just take a rosemary bush. If you've got one outside your work, take a rosemary bush and rub it together and sniff it like this, and that clears your thoughts. I promise you, 100% guarantee it. Try it. But do not use it if you have high blood pressure, because it raises the blood pressure. It's fantastic for people with low blood pressure. But please, be very careful, even just with inhaling it if you've got high blood pressure. If you suffer from high blood pressure, don't eat rosemary. In your food, rosemary, chicken, all of that kind of thing. You'll find that after you've had it, you go red in the face and all your high BP, signs start coming up. So avoid it. And you can use oregano instead. If you have high blood pressure, it will have the same kind of effect. You can use it for the same things. Also lavender, but it's not as effective as the rosemary. Okay, but I promise you, they use it for kids when they study. I make it for my daughter and my niece and nephew when they do studies, and it works fantastically. When you just can't take it anymore and you don't know how to sort out your thoughts, and you literally just like feel like everyone must just stop talking to you because you can't focus, that's when you need it. Okay. All right, and then empowerment. You are more powerful than you realize, and it is safe for you to be powerful. This is something I want to do a whole video talk on, guys. We have been, conditioned to think that powerful people and wealthy people are bad people. And yes, in some cases, and in many cases, when we think of, the powers that be that are just abusing certain powers and entitlement and all of that kind of thing, yes, to some extent, there are really bad people out there that abuse it. But it's a conditioned mindset that we sit in. Like I was talking about these generational things. This is talking to that. It's saying to you, it is okay to be powerful. It's okay to be rich, to be abundant. If you are powerful and you're powerful with integrity, if I was a multi-millionaire, do you know how much difference I would make in this world? Do you know how many people I would help? Those people, I could employ them instead of doing energy work for them. I just give them a job, or find one for them. If you are powerful and you are abundant, you can change this world in such a dramatic way for the good. Okay, so don't let yourself be blinded by powerful, abundant people who use it with the wrong intentions. Let's create powerful, abundant people in this world that can make a difference and help others. Let's tell our children that it's safe for them to be powerful and it's safe for them to be abundant as long as they live with integrity. Teach them that. And you'll see we'll have a completely different generation of people. This is how you change the world. We've been told that being powerful and abundant is bad. It's wrong. It's greedy to want money. No, it's not, actually. Money can make a huge difference for somebody. You can buy somebody a house. You can start a business. You can pay to clean the ocean if that's what you want to do with it, and you can only do that if you're powerful and abundant. So that's something to think about. Okay, are there any other messages, please? Those are not the right ones. I think we're done with these. Yes. Okay. So, last but not least, my infamous Spirit Oracle cards. These were gifted to me by a very good friend that I went to school with for many years. And they really have been instrumental in my work. Okay, so closing off, what messages do you have for the collective tonight, please? For this full moon in Aries. What do we need to know? Wow. Divine will. Your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust. Let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience. All manifests in perfect timing. This is what I talked about. You need to work with the universe. This initiation card. You need to align your will with that of the divine, and you need to allow the divine to sometimes lead. We are taught that we have to be in control all the time. That's where things go pear-shaped. We need to understand and respect that everything happens exactly when it's meant to. We are supported, and we have to let our will be aligned with divine will as well. And we need to We need to be willing to learn. We need to allow the universe to be the teacher. What else? Wow, there we go. Magic. Magic, blessings, transformation. A blessing in disguise is coming your way. Keep an open heart and mind. Magic, blessings, transformation is coming your way. A blessing in disguise is coming your way, sorry. Keep an open heart and mind. I want you all to sit for 2 seconds. Just focus on here and think of what that blessing is. What would you like to attract into your life right now? On this full moon. So even if you don't get around to doing any kind of ritual, if you usually do, or lighting a candle and saying a prayer, if you don't get that time, sit right now and say, this is what I would like to attract into my life right now, please. This is what I'm dreaming of. This is what I'm willing to co-create with the universe. Do it right now. I'll give you a couple of seconds. All you're going to hear is me shuffling. Okay. The next card is new direction. This is the shift. This is you. You are now in it. Okay. Life may seem like a whirlwind at times, yet there is a divine order to the present circumstances. What may appear as chaos is often the angelic forces of the universe at work. What may appear as chaos is often the angelic forces of the universe at work. After the storm clears, you will be steered in a new direction, a time of renewed health, joy, and abundance. This is what we spoke about. Celebration speaks to that as well. What was the other one? Treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. I'm going to read it again. Life may seem like a whirlwind at times, yet there is divine order to the present circumstances. What may appear as chaos is often the angelic forces of the universe at work. After the storm clears, you will be steered in a new direction, a time of renewed health, joy, and abundance. Everyone's struggling with something, whether it's your health issues, money, family issues. Everyone has a cross to bear, so to speak. And we need to appreciate that in others, and we need to have compassion for other people and see that maybe they're also going through something. It may not be what you're going through and you feel they don't understand, but you don't understand what they're going through either. So just honor each other's journeys. Okay. Everyone's struggling with something, and I can guarantee you, as bad as your life seems sometimes, there's always somebody who's struggling with something a bit more intense than what you are. We cannot begin to imagine what other people go through sometimes. Okay. And honor that. You don't know what someone's been through or what they're going through right now. So let's try to be a little bit less judgmental. We don't like to be judged, so we definitely shouldn't be doing it to others. Okay, one last message, please, for the evening. If it's Kanye, I'll actually just fall on the floor and laugh because it's when they're not tempted. She'll pop out just to show me. Reflection. Reflect upon and bless all the wondrous times in your life. Give thanks for the many blessings you receive each day. We spoke about that when I was saying be mindful of what you have around you, the food that you eat, be grateful for the birds that you hear, the food that you can put into your body, all the rest of it, okay? Give thanks for the many blessings you receive each day. You can connect energetically to those you love. Simply feel them inside your heart. Life is beautiful. Okay. Use the wind to manifest, guys. Use fire to manifest. Use the elements. When the wind blows and you can feel it blowing into you, imagine it blowing through you and removing all the yucky stuff, all the debris, all the emotional stuff. Imagine it blowing it away like it blows the leaves away. You can also use it to energize you. Feel that wind and feel that energy build up inside you as it blows against you. Do that when you stand in the ocean. Do that when you light a candle and feel that stuff burning away, or feel that energy of that flame empowering you. You can use those things to affect whatever you want, where you want something to go away or you want to attract something. It's very easy to do, and that the elements are there to do that for us. Okay, I'm shuffling obviously because I think we need one more card. I know this has been a terribly long reading, but I think the messages are rather important. Is there anything else, please? I'm going to shuffle this and one more time, and then we're done. Divine Will matches with this card. I just feel like they have to go together. Okay, so I'm going to read Divine Will again, and then this one. Your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust. Let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience. All manifests in perfect timing. Dearest one, rest within the light of your soul. Feel my spirit alive within you, the spirit of the goddess, of nature, the earth and the stars. Accept the love and the light we shower upon you. Okay, that also has to do with the earth magic card. There are blessings all the time. There's always something coming up or something growing. Fruit on the trees. You know, we are always being given abundance all the time. It's just our lack mentality and our consumerism and all of this kind of stuff that has just blocked us from all of that. We need to just get back to that. Okay, guys, I think that is it. One more. This is my last shuffle. Okay. And that is it. Alright, I wish you all a beautiful full moon in Aries. Don't forget to embody the Aries energy. Look up the attributes of Aries. You know, look up what that kind of fiery energy is. They go for what they want. They're not afraid to say it or to do it. They're willing to take chances. They're willing to take a leap of faith. They are pretty volatile sometimes, okay? All of this, there are good and bad traits, and see which you are embodying and which you should be embodying, and you can take advantage of. Light a candle tonight for the fire energy and just say a prayer. You know, it's not anything weird. Go to church and light a candle at home. You don't have to even tell anybody. Just be mindful of, you know, what you're trying to create. You can use that candle to sit and meditate. Like it said, contemplation time. You can use it for that. You can use it to make a wish. You can use it to be more focused, like we had with the crystals card. You know, use it to whatever you need. Whatever you need. Just have it there as a reminder that you need to focus your intent and give thanks and all of the things that we've been talking about now. Be in gratitude, be peaceful, rest, and just allow the fire energy to lead your thoughts and whatever it is, in whatever direction it needs to be. Okay, you must all take care. Have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye bye.